the Three Gorges Dam is actually a multi-phase project that actually began a long time ago. That actually took quite a bit of effort. I mean, I have lots of big projects like Venice, like Epic World Build, Venice. Like you could actually, like I say, when you're looking at Lucifer or LS, you really got to start looking at you should really just concentrate on locations really, and what I've done because like these places were basically like epic build LS, places basically, and it's easier to look at time and understand events if you actually just concentrate on the actual location because then it's like blah 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 war blah 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 blah, blah rebuild war rebuild psychopathic drug dealer other psychopathic drug people and then an epic build and, and that's pretty much how these cities basically went about. So the Three Gorges project is it's a multi-phase thing where we wanted to get the water from it, I believe, or someone wanted to get the water from it. It's like I say, it's also a little bit where China is like, oh yeah, we are Chinese, and or Orientals, and they're like, and they're awesome. Like I said, I love Chinese. They're awesome. Um, I mean, in many projects, it's like a lot of the big races, like the Irish. There's these buildings and stuff that they've done where they're like, we are Irish, and they and they're like, it's like, ooh, that's impressive, where like the Irish, take it on their own and they grab it and they run with it and they build all this stuff, and it's like, damn, that is pretty cool. Um, it's like war. And Irish are like, we will build anyway. And the Irish are like, war doesn't stop the Irish. That's one thing. That's one thing. That's one thing about the Irish. The Irish would tell you, war is no excuse to stop building. The Irish, they're nuts in a good way. I love them. I love them. Like they've been in every situation where it's like there'll be a war outside and they'll still be trying to build, and it's like, yeah, guys, we should go kill that guy first and then probably get back to the building part. All right, and stuff like that, where they've actually built things through a war or something else like that. Where yeah, the Irish are just awesome. Okay. Anyway, um, so the Three Gorges project was really more. There was a contamination problem for one thing. There was like cyanide or something. Also, there's too much fecal matter getting inside there, and because we were going to do a hydro dam, and then we were like, okay, and then we're looking at the money, and then I think in the end we were like, well, but if we spend a lot of money, we could do this or something. And I think we were starting to do something. We did something a long time ago, and then we did it again, and they kind of got the idea. But the problem with a lot of dams and a lot of things is that we want to use them for water, and you can still get the electricity and the water at the same time, but the water has to be clean water. So there's a matter of then you have to do the whole the whole line because then you have to go through and look at all the different towns. It's like, well, yeah, but this town is just dumping their sewage right into the water, and it's going to get contaminated anyway. So then you have to go and fix that town as well, and this town. You have to do all this work just to get some good clean water. And you also have to clean up like a chemical spill or at least this huge cyanide problem as well, or else it'll never be good clean water. So the Three Gorges problem was one of those problems where there's contamination, there's this, there's that, there's poison, there's a lot of things. There's old mine. I think what they found was there's an old mine that had been there and they'd used a lot of cyanide with the overflow stuff, and the dirt was just like leaching out cyanide. And I think what they finally decided is, well, I mean, I might be getting my dams mixed up because I love dams. I do dams a lot. Anyway, so in one of them, anyway, there's this old mine and it was leaching cyanide out or something like that, and they had to go clean that up, or at least make it so there's so much water that cyanide poisoning wouldn't really matter. It's like 2 parts per million cyanide or something like that, which isn't enough to kill people. It just might make you a little sick or something. Anyway, though, I don't think so. I think it's well diluted. The Chinese are very, very, very good at everything that they do. So anyway, it's a huge, 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 huge project. And actually, I built, I think I built one of the dams, or I built a dam or something like that. And I built the section where there's like this other section, and they had to like take down the wall, because I built this one thing for me. I was like, well, this is for me, and I had smelting or something, or something, because making aluminum and making steel takes a lot of power, and also mining. So I needed it anyway. So I was like, oh, I'll build this section, and then I'll just put a wall across there or something like that. And then later on, you guys can just take down the wall if you want more power or whatever. So anyway, and that's the section. The section with the wall is the one that, and it was actually like two sections of wall or something like that. But I think they changed it. It was taking so long because I was building all these other things too. Anyway, and it's a part where I was just helping funding stuff. Like I put in my resources and everything, and then they do other things. So anyway, but like I say, you don't really get anything. Like if you want to do the real things, you got to bring LS to the table usually. They would say, if you want to do the real things, you got to get LS on board with this. And it's like, sure. And that's when you get the real money. Like I said, I've actually done where it's like Germany built Ireland. Where it's like Germany basically churns its production might over, and basically, you will be Ireland. Where it's like, I use one country to build another country, and it's like, woo, now we have two good countries. But it's like a big undertaking, to do that. You can do those kind of things, but it takes like a supreme leader. It takes like a supreme leader and a real leader to do those kind of things. When I'm LS, I'm the creator of races and planets and galaxies, and when I want something, it usually gets done. And so yeah, so and the I can't take the credit completely for Three Gorges Dam too, because I think that's a Euro project, and plus in conjunction with Chinese or something like that. Like I'd like to go talk to the people, because I've done a lot of the other ones, like the Hoover Dam and all these other ones. I'm like the epic dam building guy, but I think so I'm not going to say that oh yeah, the Three Gorges is all me. It's like, no, I think I had like a little bit section or something like that, and like that was paying into the rest of it, and they're like, well, we got the money, we got the time, we got the people, we might as well go and do it or something. Because I'm personally like forget nuclear power. Just do hydro. Hydro is the best. You get fresh water and you get power. What's better than that? And so it's a lot safer. It's a lot better. I mean, it's more work, yes, but when you do get it, it lasts a lot longer usually. It'll last like hundreds of years if you do it right. If you do it wrong, it could be a big disaster and a mess. But I mean, whereas a nuclear power plant, you always got to change the fuel rods, and you don't even get that much. I mean, realistically, the amount of power that you get out of a hydro dam versus the amount of power you get out of a nuclear dam, it's like, and it's only like that much more work or something. But you get like, it's like when you look at the numbers of hydro versus nuclear, nuclear seems better at first, and it is better for a little bit. But then there's a spot where basically hydro dams basically go, where it's just like power, and you're like, yeah, we should just go hydro, because it, I mean, I've been using hydro dams for a millennium, I mean, if you have water and stuff, I mean, if you're in space, then you need nuclear, and that's always better, because, you don't have water and this cool stuff that just is lying around, to use, so. Anyway, so yeah, so hydro is always, a lot of people laughed at hydro and said, nah, ha ha ha. It's like, no, it's better. We should go with hydro. And plus with the nuclear nightmare of 100 billion years of radiation, it's like not even worth messing with. Like a bunch of people were going nuclear. I was like, yeah, I guess a little bit, but hydro. Like I always like the hydro dams, so because they're cool, they look cooler. They are cooler, and they produce a lot more power, huge amount of power. And I've been using them for a long, long time. Especially, even a small, slow stream river, you just use a big stone, and when it gets moving, it's much better. Anyway, it's a lot better. It's just better. So, like I said, my textiles, LS textiles, they use hydropower. I've been using hydropower since before people were ever born. So, I mean, LS textiles, LS this, LS that, Lucifer Star. So anyway, leader of humanity and 12 other races. So much, much cooler. Oh yeah.